pass on that say we forget about them. Look at Chief Ike Dairo, who was honored by the Queen of England with an OBE or MBE, correct me if I am wrong. You know, that's a very great feat to achieve when the Queen of England actually, honors you. Actually honors you, recognizing your contribution, to a particular art, a particular profession. He was honored by the Queen. Yet, who is celebrating him today? Look, there's celebration, across Nigeria, internationally, albeit now. Look at how, redemption song. But Marley is celebrated across the globe. Come on. Look at how poor Sunny Okosun. Sunny Okosun is one of my favorite Nigerian musicians. You may not know, but in the days of apartheid, Sunny Okosun is one Nigerian musician who stood up. He fought. All his music in that time was anti-apartheid. All his fire in Soweto, are burning all my people, and so many songs like that from Sunny Okosun. Look at it today. Who is remembering Sunny Okosun? Who is celebrating the life that he lived today? It is very sad. It gives me concern as an African person, especially. Look at Nikombaga. When it is Mother's Day, we all play his music. He may be from Cameroon, but sweet mother, I no go forget you for this suffer where you suffer for
Good
me.
track. Good music. Yeah.
Sweet mother. When I see all of this, I put it upon myself to say, you know what? This is not going to happen to Chief Dr. Sikiru Ayinde Barrister. He is a legend. He is legendary in his contribution to music in Africa and internationally. That's the reason I took it upon myself to celebrate Barrister and to do it continuously for as long as Almighty Allah gives me life.
Wow, that is quite.
So that's the two things we are celebrating.
And for those that would want to attend, because there's been a lot of messages, phone calls. Where is it happening? Where exactly? We know it's the 29th of September. But what are they? Because remember, this person we're talking about is a big icon, and I could say people traveling, from far and wide, planning to attend. What are the preparations?
Preparations are going on in earnest.
Okay.
Preparations are going on in earnest. In that regards, we've got a beautiful hall. Yes, in somewhere close to London. We have the decor is fantastic. You may be sat in any part of the hall, and that you've got projectors all around you. The decor is fantastic.
Okay.
We want people to come celebrate the lives and times of Chief Dr. Sikiru Ayinde Barrister.
Okay, let play something that our viewers will be able to see while they can see both of us. Thank you to the producer and the team that are working behind. Let us listen to this, and maybe we'll give you a bit of time as well before it get cold out there. With let us listen to this.
mo sàmì ẹ̀dá mi mo bà mí èsìké ọlọ́run mo bá ṣe àwòrán mi jẹ́ ọ́. bàbá òkúrọ̀ sábà ń darí bọ́ lórí ọmọ o. bàbá òkúrọ̀ sábà ń darí bọ́ lórí ọmọ o. ọlọ́run mo bá mo sàmì Àyìndé ọlọ́run mo bá ṣe àwòrán mi jẹ́ ọ́. Pẹ́sẹ̀ alẹ́ Àyìndé lólórin àgbọ̀ màlẹ́ lọ. mi Àyìndé adé ayé òní pàkàrà mọ́ mi o. gbogbo ẹni tó ń bá kájọ náà kájọ máa rí iṣẹ́ sàmì àìsàn o. oníṣẹ́ wa máa rí iṣẹ́ sàmì kí n gbọ́ kájọ máa rí iṣẹ́ sàmì àìsàn o. ìláyé lu àmì ọba aláǹsá ti jọ tètè fi wá lọ́kàn balẹ̀ ọba ògùn mi ọba aláǹsá ti jàre tètè fi wá lọ́kàn balẹ̀ ọba ògùn ọba nílẹ̀ àti ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ gbajúmọ̀ látàìdé aláwọ̀rá bí kò dákun mọ̀ pàwọ́dà ṣàìdá o. báwo kí n tó máa ṣe èrè mi Àyìndé adé o. ọlọ́jọ́ yìí mọ́jú bàbá làgbà o. kí n tó máa ṣe.
Back again. We're still live here in the studio where it's all happening. You know, one person that has, you know, a very good knowledge of, you know, late Sikiru Ayinde Barrister, MFR, may so continue to rest in peace. We're going to open the phone line in just about few minutes or so. The number to the studio is 0208 133 2257. The 0208
plus 44 plus.
And let's have more people joining us on this conversation.
208
133
133
22 57. And the line is now open for those of you that want to you know, join the conversation, or 0208 133 2258. Any of those lines will bring you straight into the studio, and we'll be able to hear what experience, how you've been able to also in terms of, because a lot of people that must have met or saw or however have a contact you know, with Dr. late Sikiru Ayinde Barrister must have something. I was watching one of your vibration recently where you had this very, I can't remember his name, just prior before you traveled. Yes.
That's is Barrister's best friend.
Wow. Just give us a little bit of summary. I know the discussion was a lengthy one, but for the benefit of my listeners and viewers that would not have been able to be on that platform, just take us through, you know, some of those conversations.
It was quite deep. What it was, Alhaji Otumba Adisa Osiefa, Barrister's great companion and great friend, was he was actually in town visiting, and Agbakin Alhaji Ismail Ademola Adeshibi and myself had gone to pay him a visit, and I, you know, put him on the spot. If you remember, we didn't even have a camera stand. You know, that night we didn't have a camera stand. We didn't have anything. You know, we just got on with it. Even at some point, my battery was running low, but you know, we worked it out somehow. We got a cable. We got an extension. You know, just so that Alhaji Adisa Osiefa could say, you know, can talk about his friend, his companion in life, you know, who unfortunately passed on. And so it was. He actually cracked a lot of jokes. He, you know, a particular one I want to share with people who may not see that interview is the one about Asin Atieta. You know, I don't know what to call Asin now. Asin is a species of rat or mouse, as you may want to call it, which is quite smelly. It has an awful smell to it. And Etta is another one. So, it was like a case of pot calling kettle black. It was a case of pot calling kettle black, Asin Etta, and it's a joke they crack, it's like a boys thing, when boys, when boys play, when you play, between you have names that you call one another, you have your slangs, you have the way you chat, and I put him on the spot by saying, daddy, let us into, will you let us into Asia and Etta? Barista sang it thus. Tebati reja, Asipele ta tebati reja o emadodo rurara. Tebati reja emadodo rurara o. And I tell you this great meaning behind it. Yomi, ask me what? Much as they were boys, much as they did their things, much as, let's break it down. They have wives and they keep girlfriends or kept concubines, but they had, this thing amongst them that whatever you do, do not touch one another's wives. Do not betray one another in that regards.
Wow.
And that's what is behind that song. Asipeleta tebati reja emadodoru. To the point that Alhaji Osiefa actually said in the interview that, his barista's wife came to stay, in my house in Festag, and goes both ways. His own wife could go to barista's house, That was how comfortable they were with one another, and that was how much they trusted one another.
Well, I hope we can do that in 2018. We've got a caller all the way from Nigeria. Hello, good evening, caller.
Hello, good evening.
Well, you're live on Starr Radio UK, Niger Voices. Your name, we know with the number you're calling from Nigeria, but if you want to tell us your name and comment or question.
All right, my name is Asiwaju Tumi Olaniyo.
Okay, thank you.
From Nigeria.
So I've been told that's one of the vibrations. Let us hear from you.
Yes, I just want to thank the both of you for doing a great job over there.
Thank you.
I've not known Barista physically, but I've listened to his music so well.
Okay. Wow. Thank you very much.
And I always appreciate all the albums I've been listening to. Yeah. I just called in to appreciate both of you. Okay. And then to especially thank Mommy Aulat for the work she's been doing. We've really been enjoying her. And I pray that the Lord will always be our strength.
Wow. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ashiwaju.
I thought we'll not be hearing anything about Barista any longer. But since she came on board, it looks as if Barista is still very much alive.
Wow.
So I really want to thank her for the great job.
Wow. Thank you very much for calling all the way from Nigeria.
Thank you, Ashiwaju, all the way from Benue State, Nigeria.
Thank you very much. And well done. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
Well, the phone line is still open. And also, for those of you that want to join us, you could call the studio line 0208 133 2257. There's something that when I look on, some of your conversation with your fans, and you have them, almost everywhere. The Facebook is already jam-packed. There's a lot of comment there. We'll pick some of these. I can see Ola Sophie and Timmy, I'm dancing here. These are some of the comment that is coming out there. What will you say in terms of, the late Sikiru Ayinde Barrister MFR when it comes to children?
Oh my goodness. Thankfully, I have got, how many have I got? I have got one of Chief Dr. Sikra Inde Barrister's wives online with us, Mrs. Yetunde Olubumi Irile Balogun. Good evening, Ma, and welcome to Starr Radio UK, where we're transmitting from. Good evening, Ma. Thank you for being with us. Chief Dr. Sikra Inde Barrister is an exemplary father. He was an exemplary father, and especially look at that song where Barrister said, "Ọmọ wa kàwé olóhùn ò kà, wá relé kéwú kò lọ bínú o sì ń lajú sílẹ̀, òun ojú ò gbàgbé pọ́mọ ní ògbẹ̀yìn ẹ tó bá kú, díẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ọmọ tó yọ ọmọ burúkú o, púpọ̀ lọ́wọ́ àwọn òbí tó bí wọn o." You know, a child that is not doing well, there's only little.
Okay, let's pick up this caller. Hello, good evening, caller.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening. Your name and where you're calling from. You're welcome to Niger Voices, where we're celebrating.
My name is Alhaji Tajuddin Ishola Ashanti Shule.
Ashanti Shole.
Okay, good evening. Where are you calling from?
Good evening. So I just want to thank every one of you for this program with Outlet Sule, because I'm a musician too. I'm living in France.
Wow.
But I'm from Nigeria. I'm a Fuji musician. 1978 to 79. Like just 40 years on stage now. So I'm doing this program every Friday and a Sunday with Barry for Life. So I just want to thank everybody on board, all fans, everybody, and also on. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Wow, thank you very much, all the way from France, for joining us. You know,
if you give me a minute to, half a minute, just to, tell you about Alhaji Ashanti Shole. He's I'll say this, Ashanti Shole is an inspiration. Ashanti Shole started singing Fuji music in the early 70s on Lagos Island, and he's the pioneer, if not, because I don't want to say what is not, he will correct me, he's on the thread with us. Pioneers of Fuman, that is Fuji Musicians Association of Nigeria. Ashanti Shole, was a very, very popular Fuji musician on Lagos Island in the 70s and in the 80s, obviously before he relocated to Nigeria. And I give it to him that. Remember in the beginning of this interview when I said Baribration with Aulad was born out of something that was said wrongfully by a particular popular musician. As a matter of fact, Ashanti Shole started Barry for Life, podcast on Facebook even before I did. And I must give credence to him. I must give kudos to him. Mind you, I spoke about history not being distorted. Let us keep history aright the way it is. Ashanti Shole started before I even started Baribration with Aula. It could be a matter of weeks, a matter of months, but Ashanti, when I saw his video, I was inspired myself to actually, come up and do something similar, albeit in my own way, whilst he does his in his own way. But then we're trying to send, a similar message across. Simply put, Barrister lives on.
Wow. And we
so I really appreciate, Ashanti Baba. Respect Ashanti Shole.
And we cannot continue without listening to
There's two music playing. Just like some people say to me, such people don't understand.
What is it about this icon that his music goes straight into you that it makes you reflect?
Reflect. There has been many situations in my personal life that the songs and music of Chief Dr. Sikarande Barrister has helped me scale through, coming out unburnt, coming out not broken, coming out not spoiled, rather coming out even fresher, brighter, and stronger. But because this interview is not about me, this music is about Chief Dr. Sikarande Barrister, I can say that a lot of people on this thread, watching this, listening and watching this live show, can attest to that. There are so imagine that you okay, the kind of things that people experience in life. I'll give a very live scenario. You are a young man trying to carve a niche for yourself, trying to make it in life. You know, you have a chosen career, you're following that your path of career, and you're trying to be the best of it. Now, a senior colleague maybe had met you, right, in the course of your job and had run you down. How will you feel? You will feel very bad. But if you are somebody that listens to Barrister and you went home and put Barrister's record, olówó ọdún kan ò jára lé ó gbádùn toró fẹ́ paléyá, ó ní kí gbogbo ara lè mọ̀ pé òun dádùgbò olówó fẹ́ ṣọdún, ó jẹ́ ṣàgbéjẹ́ mọ́wọ́ kó jára lé ó gbádùn kó ṣọdún jẹ́jẹ́, kó tẹpá mọ́ṣẹ́ nítorí ọdún tó ń bọ̀ màálù ni ó pa, ṣẹ́ni tó ti ń pàgbó bọ̀ látògún ọdún sẹ́yìn, tówó tún ṣì tún bẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ kí ni kó wí ná, kó ní kí gbogbo aráyé o kí wọ́n fàyè sílẹ̀ póun máa dágbáyé, àgbà tó lómi nínú Àyìndé olókun ọ̀la kì í dùn rárá, ẹni tó yó ń panú ẹni ebi ń pa ń rankùn lórí asán bá ń sá. Empty barrels make the most noises. No, you get home and you listen to something so inspirational, you know, it'll make you think that, hang on a minute, maybe this chap trying to run me down is just an empty barrel. You get that comfort from listening to that song. You get inspired to move on so that you can do better as well. It is very spiritual.
Wow.
Barrister's music are rather spiritual, you know, for people that listen to him.
Well, once again, you know, still
Look at quickly.
Yeah.
Look at there's a message when Barrister saw the way events were turning politically in Nigeria at the time, and he went, Nigeria, which way are we going? Nigeria, which way are we going? For military men to rule our nation at all times. Politicians, you better get together to practice democracy in the way it should be done. Let's get together and do this in common for the benefit of our nation and the incoming generation. Let's think twice before we move. Let's think twice before we move. You know why that song came up? Because at that point in the 80s, Barrister saw that the military regime across African countries were being brought down. That, you know, the Occidentals were encouraging, then in Africa, it was mostly military rule across a lot of African countries. And the Occidentals were trying to, you know, were trying to make Africa, you know, countries more democratic. So Barrister took it upon himself, you know, to speak in his own way, in the way that he knows, with his music, to speak with the current military regime in Nigeria, saying, military rulers, let's come together. Let's have a democratic, system as opposed to military rule, of which he suffered a lot. He suffered a lot in the hands of some military rulers in Nigeria. Sometimes his wife is on the thread with us, like I said. Sometimes Barrister was whisked away, that nobody saw him. In the era of MKO, SDP, in the days of SDP Hope 93, Barrister was tailed, just like MKO Abiola was tailed. A lot of times, it was rumored that when they were telling him, that particular military personnel that was rumored to be killing people on behalf of the military rulers, was telling him about. Sometimes they say, oh, they tailed him to a point they couldn't see him again. He disappeared in the car, and so many things.
Wow.
Hello.
Hello, good evening, caller. Your name and where you're calling from?
Hello. Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Tara Wukuniro.
Hey, Tara, baby. All the way from the U.S.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
What,
Oh my God.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my sister. Thank you.
what will your contribution be? What would you like to say with the icon that we are celebrating right here in the studio?
Yeah, he's a legend that lives on. I would like to say he's a legend that lives on. And I would like to commend big sister, Sister Howlett. She is an inspiration, She is an inspiration. We call her our own Barry Queen, honestly. Barry lives on with vibration, with Howlett, honestly. And I give a big kudos to her. We really appreciate her for a job well done. Yeah.
Wow.
So this is for me.
Thank you. Mi ológun àmọ́ mo ní Kúránì. Oúnjẹ wọn ní lọ́rin Àfọ̀njá ẹnu dùn jíyọ o. Ìlú tó jì síná tó sún málùjọ́nà. Oúnjẹ wọn lẹ̀pẹ̀ ọmọ àlárọ̀. Ògúnmọ̀dẹ́dẹ́ ẹ̀pẹ̀ ló ní Kúránì. Oúnjẹ wọn nílùú Afá Ìwó. Ọmọ odò ọba tí ó ń gbára léèyàn o. Ẹni sọ̀rọ̀ mi láì dáa kò ní kú kò ní rùn. Àwẹ̀lé Ògún ní ṣojú ẹ̀mí ẹ̀, a ó borí ọ̀tá o.
Wow.
Thank you, Tara, baby.
Thank you all the way from US, and also Alaji Shanti that called all the way from France, and also our first caller from Nigeria. Let us listen to this track and we will pick a little bit
about it
from it.
With or without benefit, ṣùgbọ́n ṣá olóòótọ́ bí màá ilẹ̀ ní. Oṣù mẹ́fà ló lórí ìfẹ́ péré ayé pamọ́ ríta lábí ọ̀run.
That's translating.
Let's pick this call. Hello, good evening or good afternoon, depending on where you're calling from. Your name and where you're calling from. You're live on Starr Radio UK. Hello, good evening.
Hello, my name's Kwame. What's going on?
Yes, you're live on Starr Radio UK, Niger Voices. Good evening.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, well, it looks like that's someone from a different let's continue with that music.
1979.
He's thinking about the transition, the Nigerian transition from military rule to civilian rule.
Okay, the number to call again for those of you that have just joined is 0208 133 2257.
The masses are begging you, whatever party, Nigerian Action Party, let it be one that will make life easy for us.
So
Nigeria.
this is one icon that I've been telling us, sending message with his music. And
So
as
long.
the election is also coming, I would have loved to have him around, to tell us with his music.
And believe me, if he were here and you called him, he will come.
Wow.
He was that sort of person. I listened to Alhaji Mukaila, His Excellency, interview with Alhaji Adeotoluwu yesterday, and I almost wept in the sense that His Excellency Mukaila, Alhaji Mukaila was saying that there's a particularly big musician, Fuji musician, that he tries to, be friendly with just so that they can carry the banner of Fuji moving forward. But this particularly big musician does not even give him the opportunity. He never opens up to him, and he had to let go. Barrister wasn't like that. Barrister had everyone under him. Barrister welcomed everybody. Barrister didn't know who was big nor who was small, which is why I said, if you were here honestly and you said to him, "Oh, Alhaji, I'm your young son. I have a radio program. When are you in London? We would like you to go." He'll be, okay. Yomi, she got to feni, bismillah. He was like that.
He traveled far and wide.
He did. Welcome, Alhaja Bola Balogun. That's another wife of the legendary.
Thank you very much for
Chief Dr. Sikra and the Barrister.
everyone that have joined and logged in.
You're welcome, Alhaja Bola Balogun.
Thank you very much for joining us. He traveled.
He was widely traveling. He loved traveling.
What was it that he was particular about when he was moving around? Was he just moving the music, sending a message? Because not just Nigerians alone are dancing to his music. We have
Oimbonjo Fuji garbage, come and dance with me.
wow.
Irekenjo Fuji garbage, come and dance with me. He in the early days of Barrister, when he traveled, it was to introduce that genre of music that he created, Fuji. It was to introduce that genre of music worldwide. Mind you, Barrister was not one person that sang for money. I say this, his wives are on the thread. His wives are on the thread with us. Barrister did not sing, as legendary as he is. He didn't sing, for monetary purposes. He sang because he wanted to correct the world. He knew that there are things to be corrected in the world, and he sang for that. He sang to please people. He sang to make people happy, which is what music does as well, as we all know. Yes, in the early days, it was to introduce Fuji music that, I have created this. This is my creation. I have got to take it all over the world. People have sang what? Before Barrister? You understand? People have sang before Barrister that they never took it beyond the shores of Nigeria. If Chief Ike Dairo did not sing for the Queen, for instance, in those days, the Queen wouldn't know him.
Wow.
So you've got to, whatever is yours, you've got to sell it. Look at how you sell Starr Radio. You understand? Every morning you're selling Starr Radio because that is you. That is your job. You want people to know Starr Radio, isn't it?
Yeah.
You want people to know it. And obviously, in due course, it'll bring proceeds, albeit financially. But when you commenced, it was first and foremost to be known. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
Because you can't stay in a shell, and, expect to be known. So aside of traveling being his hobby, aside of him, liking travel, enjoying travel, it was also to create the awareness about the genre of music that he created. Lẹ́yìn pátì kan mọ agbájé owó epo ní Nàìjíríà ẹnu ọkọ kárí àwa ìsọwọ́ mẹ́kúnnù ẹ fún wa jẹ. Feed the poor. Let the masses be fed, even if it's a little bit. Make life comfortable and bearable for the poor masses.
Tara is saying land traveling was one of his hobbies.
Exactly.
As 29th of September, what should the fans and those that will be coming, what would they be, coming into? Because I know, I mean, being, working around with you, I see how, you work very hard. And, I couldn't believe that, you still come down online. Maybe those that might not understand, because, people see you when you come onto, your platform. But I see the hard work you put through to be able to get the message across. And September 29 is a big event. What is the expectation that people that will be coming around? We know there will be people that will have to give us a little bit background of, Dr. Late Sikiru in the Barrister MFR. But what is it exactly? Then I would like you also, after that, to pass a message to all your fans around the world. But let's pick on that first.
Like I've said, Yomi, this interview is not about me, it's about Chief Dr. Sikiru the Barrister. But Alhamdulillah, I thank the Almighty for preserving me. I thank him for strength, because like you say, and it's what you do as well, so you know it. It's not particularly easy to sit on that seat and sometimes spend 4 hours, 2 hours, talking to people, trying to use the music of Chief Dr. Sikiru the Barrister to try and better some people's lives. That's not to say my life is better than theirs, but it's just for us to rub ideas, to rub minds, and to tap into the good teachings of Chief Dr. Sikiru the Barrister. So in that area, the Almighty Allah only is my strength. Sometimes I'm ill, sometimes I'm not very strong, but I've got to do it because I know that people are out there waiting on me. I'm getting inboxes, especially from my younger friends. I'm getting inboxes, believe me. Some people are somewhere there. I have some people that are incarcerated. I don't need to say where, I don't need to say how. They're actually in incarceration, and they're sending messages that, oh Alaja, you have to do this, you keep us going, you help us with this, so this is it on my part. But for September 29, what to expect? We're having a big Fuji musician that will be on the bandstand, coming from abroad, where you're going to enjoy that Fuji musician who has sung for many, many years. You're going to enjoy him. He'll be singing. We're going to be showcasing the lives and times of Chief Dr. Sikiru the Barrister. Mind you, family members of Chief Dr. Sikiru the Barrister are going to be there present as well. They're going to be there present. So we will be interviewing some of the family members that will be there present, just like we did last February with Alaja Adebisi Aderayo. So other family members that will be attending will be interviewed, nephews, nieces, wives, children that will be there present. You will have the opportunity to hear from them, from the horse's mouth, what manner of husband he was, what manner of father he was. Like I said earlier, he was an exemplary father. Exemplary. Education was his mainstay. Education was his mainstay. It was very important. It was pertinent that any Dr. Sikiru the Barrister MFR's child must be educated. I mean, so much that some of them were educated abroad, some of them educated at home. A lot of them have got their profession as I speak. They've got lawyers, they've got accountants, they they've got a whole lot of professionals in the family. They've got a politician now as well who is, running for House of Reps in Oyo State. Yeah.
Before, there's two things I normally do before we bring the show to an end. You're gonna extend your greetings to all your fans in just
my
about a
God.
few minutes, but also I also love my my guests to because because this is going to be documented as well for future reference, and again I'll mention the date, the 5th of September 2018. The time is about 20:55 right now. I want you to send a message to all the youth out there, because a lot of the youth are also looking up to you. There's a lot, and I'm not just looking at United Kingdom. I'm looking at all over the world, because when a lot of people see us online, especially most of us that our face tends to be up there, we become where people will take whatever we say. As we are taking in the message of late Dr. Sikira and the barrister for the last 2 hours or so, I also want you to put a message there, and then I'm sure someone out there will listen, whether right now or down the line at some point. And I will let you know when I'm ready, and I'm ready right now.
My message for our younger friends especially is to live life, to love life, to believe in yourself, to not allow yourself to be put down, but try to stretch. Do not sit in your comfortability. Do not sit in your comfortability. Stretch a little bit. Knock on doors. If a door is turned against you, go on. Knock another door. Do not tire of knocking until you get that good thing that you seek. But above all, be good human beings. Do not allow your search for worldly things to turn you into an animal. Do not allow your quest for achieving worldly materials make you totally inhuman. Above all, please be human in all that you do.
Wow, that is a very powerful one, and I'm sure that will go a very, very long way to everyone out there. Either they are listening right now or they will be listening to this at some point later on.
If I have a second, can I take a comment very quickly?
Yes, please do. Yes.
Alaji Wale Azan, good evening, sir. A veteran broadcaster from Nigeria. He's obviously here now. Alaji Wale Azan says, listen to this, Yomi. The Yoruba race, especially this generation, may not appreciate what we got in Alaji Sikira in the barrister until the world come to tell, in bracket, if not teach us the philosophy of Fuji music as promoted by SAB. And he went on to say, I had the rare opportunity of listening to him in the recording studio and see some of his performances. He stood out as an entertainer.
Wow, amazing. And let's pick some more comments before you now give, your...
Alaja Aulat, thank you, Alaji Wale Azan. Alaja Aulat, you're a pace setter in the online Fuji music analysis. You're appreciated and celebrated for the great work and sacrifice. Alaji, thank you very much, sir. Alaji Wale Azan, thank you so much, everyone on the thread tonight. Thank you.
Wow. And then we will then take, your remark to your friends, your family, and especially the children. I've met them a few times, I don't know how they've been able. I mean, and for the benefit of those that are on the thread listening and watching us, I mean, we've got to give some love to your children, because for them to have been able, sometimes, oh, the technician is not at home. People don't understand, those roles that they are also playing as part of the family of vibration, because it's not just you alone. You've actually moved the whole family, and I was there one day and I could see you saying, oh, he's not at home, how are we going to do this tonight? And it's quite amazing. So I want us to show some love to the children, and on behalf of Star Radio UK, I say thank you very much for being very, very, not just being patient, but also being supportive, because sometimes when they are not there, you could just see that you are just trying to get the whole music going. So firstly to your children, and then to the fans all over the world.
What can I say? Mohammed Tajuddin Adisa Olaiwola Ibidapo Okomi. He's watching, but he's not a Facebook person. What can I say to you? Oshi Okomi Adisa, Oshi Omwake Eruake. Because without him, honestly, I couldn't do it. You see, I'm a very technophobic person. You see, my reaction when I got into your radio station, I was like, oh my God, all these gadgets is what you sit down with, Yomi. I could never, listen, if you put me in front of all these gadgets, I wouldn't know what to do, And I said, oh, Yomi, you see, even that small bit that I sit in front at home, and sometimes it's just the phone, it's just the iPad, is the MacBook Pro, is a computer, sometimes it frightens me, because I am very, very technophobic in nature. Anything technology, I run away from it, you see. And as well, I am not good in IT. Listen, I tried so hard in the early days here in the UK to do a lot of training, in the days of Java, in the days, it's just not my thing. I did a whole lot of training, but it's something that I just don't, I call myself dyslexic in that regard. I say I am IT dyslexic. I don't know it, but to him, oh, you're welcome, Alaji Ade Otolowo, a big music promoter, very close, with Chief Dr. Sikira Inde Barrister. He's just joining us. And all of us on the thread, when we're doing vibration with Allah, we call him Engineer Adisa. I couldn't do it without him, honestly. When his cousins, his friends, I just say, listen, come and do this thing for me. I don't know what to do. Sometimes even on the computer, the music just goes and I'm like, oh, where do I go? I only try to keep it all under control. I thank you so very much, honey. And mommy loves you so much. I thank you and I love you. Thank you so very much. If not for you, I couldn't do vibration without that.
Wow.
And who next?
And then to the princess, because I know it's not just the engineer. We also have the princess, where she does maybe the drink, and she puts the drinks next to you when you
run away.
Run away.
What can I say? Alexandria Temidire, what can I say, Okomi? She's crawling on the floor sometimes, just to bring the drink to my side. Temidire, I love you endlessly. You know that. I love you so much. I love you so much. And I appreciate you. And I know that without you, I couldn't do vibration without that. Thank you so very much.
And finally, to all the fans of Alaji late Dr. Sikira and the Barrister, and we also say thank you to the wives as well that have been following us for the last 1 hour, and everybody from all over the world. Facebook has been completely locked down for almost an hour now, listening to this icon. What would be a message to everyone out there?
What can I say? My fans, especially, they know me. My fans have become family. We have become family in the last over 1 year. like I always do it, I always start by saying, Daddy Pie, Professor John Ogunriola, what can I do without you? Mommy Pie, Alaja Silifat Mercy Folawiyo in America, what can I do without you, Mommy? Sister Kubrat Belo, what can I do without you? Honey says, my twinnie says, Sister Rashida Ajibola Bale, what can I do without you? Ashiwaju Tunde Olaninyo, Director of Vibration with Aula, what can I do without him? Taufik Kodri, the unpaid admin, only out of love. A lot of times, I come up late. A lot of times he's trying to stay awake just to play the role of admin. He's not paid a dime. He doesn't get a dime. Tunde Olushe Sibaba, what can I say? Wale Onifade, what can I say? But thank you. Akiyemi Kudrat Olatubos, all the Barista Fans Club, Barista, Sikurande, Barista Global, Laji Tunde Busari, Able and the Barista Legacy Group, and all the groups, Egbon, SOE, Olaribigbe, Ola Sophia Shilokun, Uncle Dean Olawale, Alaji Otolowo, it goes on. Tara Baby from America, there's so many, Lee James Balo, Dodon Dawa, it's all so much. Alaji Wale Azan, Silent Watcher, but I know he's a veteran in broadcasting. He's a sort that if he saw my mistake, he will point it out to me and be like, Aula, Shibai. But I thank God that we have never had that happen, but I know he's watching. Thank you very much, Alaji Azan. So Wai Folami, so many. So thank you for watching, Polo D. Thank you for watching, Polo D. Thank you. Respect. Princess Akoke Ryan, thank you. There's so many. If I haven't mentioned your names, it's not out of anything. You know how I do it. Especially the family members of Chief Dr. Sikra and the Barrister, who never leaves me. They give me the platform. Listen, you're sat on your chair and somebody is dissecting your husband, dissecting your father, your uncle, and they just watch me do it. Rather than complain, they give me all their support. Alaja, Adebisi Aderayo, thank you very much, ma. Alaja Bola Balogun, thank you very much. Mrs. Yetunde Erile Balogun, thank you very much. And to all the other wives that I may not have mentioned tonight, thank you all. The firstborn son, Alaji Razak, Ishola Agbaji Lola, thank you. You see, recently he bought me a beautiful pair of glasses, so beautiful, very, very dear, beautiful, lovely. He just sent it to me just like that, out of nothing, and he's always there checking on me. He's a very busy fellow, yet he takes time to say, Alaja, well done there. Alaja, well done for that. Look at, I was in Ibadan the other day, who received me, Shamsuddin Agbaji Lola, vying for the House of Reps, my brother. I wish you all the best in your chosen career. There is so many of them, Yinka. I cannot begin to mention all the names, but the Shooties, Uncle Shooty, all the Shooties. What can I say? There's Barry Made, Barry Tide, my sister, all the family in entirety. I cannot but thank all the family of Chief Dr. Sikra and the Barrister for the awesome support that you give. You have not at any time complained. Not at any time until today. I wouldn't know tomorrow, but until tonight, not for once. Rather, they count me in as one of them. They take me as a family member, and I can only but say thank you so very humbly. Thank you very much. May Allah continue to uphold that home. May Allah continue to uphold all of you. And the greatness. The Barrister was great in life. And even in death, I assure you, as long as people like myself live, as long as people like Ashanti live, and a whole lot of other fans alike that we cannot mention all the names because of time, as long as we all live, Barrister will even be greater, even in death. Barrister lives.
Wow. Amazing. Well, as you can see, we love to have continued, but time is not on our side. I hope you've all been able to enjoy it. Make sure you tune in again. Starr Radio UK Niger Voices coming live to you every Wednesday. We bring you the best, and we will continue to do that. Next week is another week coming with another guest in house. But we say thank you very much, for joining us this evening, and to all the fans of what would be a last track you want me to play, and we will use that just to end the program. What particular one have you got at the back of your mind?
Yeah, there's a popular track that the younger generation of barista songs listeners. You see, I respect the younger generation a lot. I respect everyone, but I even give more respect to the younger generation, to me especially. And the barista song they love to listen because it's very, very danceable. The barista, Barry for Life, Ashanti Baba. The particular song they love to listen to. Ashiwaju, please give me the title of that song. Mashere láyé mi mashere, mashere láyé mi mashere. When I'm on set, I forget all the titles. Mo dìtẹ̀ láyé, mo ní dìtẹ̀ lọ́run, mo ní ṣèbàjẹ́ ọmọ làkejì. Mashere láyé mi mashere.
Is that percussion? No. Okay, let's see.
Somebody will. Báyé ń dìtẹ̀ ẹ ṣá máa hùwà re. Àbọ̀ àfàbọ̀ fóníṣẹ́ owó ti dá mi lójú.
Reality.
Iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ ẹ̀dá ni ó gbẹ̀dá là.
Okay.
Máa ṣeré
Let's see if we
láyé mi
can
máa
find that,
ṣeré.
and then
Let's see if there's reality on.
okay.
Reality is a very, very good one.
Okay, let's see. Let's
Please
play.
remember, buy your shirt and cap for the September 29 event, Fantasia Fuji.
Fantasia Fuji. Okay, let's.
Do you want to play reality? Reality
No,
is a
that's
very
it.
good one.
I want the one
but
that
reality. You see, the thing with reality is like a lecture on its own. Reality is very lecturable. You see, so for younger people who are just listening to barista, they may find reality very
Too deep.
boring and very, very deep.
Yeah.
It is deep. It is very in depth. That is the summary of the whole of Barista's song and the whole of Barista's singing, reality. But, Fantasia is a very... So what I say to them when they come to me, oh, Auntie, Mommy, we want to listen to Barista. Where do we start from? I say, you know what? Start from Fantasia. And they come, oh, Auntie, oh, what did he say? What's the meaning of that Yoruba? And I'd be like, this is what it means. Oh, my God. So that's what it is. Oh, I'll listen to another one. And as a graduate, I say to them now, listen to a more in-depth one.
Wow.
Whatever Yoruba you may not understand there, come back to me.
Wow. It's amazing. And that's Fantasia all the way from Star Radio UK, Niger Voices. Once again, I will be back same time next week. Continue to tune in and make sure you stay tuned for more information about the September 29 coming your way. Once again,
for your t-shirts, obviously, I do vibration with Aulat. Ashanti Shole, Alaji Tajuddin Ashanti Shole does Bari for Life 2 or 3 times a week. I also do vibration with Aulat 2 or 3 times a week. To order your hats and shirts for the 2-in-1 Dr. Sikurande Barista event, please contact Ashanti Shole if you're in Europe. Contact myself via my Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you may see my name. All my social media handles, I am called Aulat Oluwatomi Sisule. I don't have any other names. The same thing with Alaji Adeshigmi. We'll keep putting out word. We'll continue to put out word. Thank you for all that I've called. Thank you for all of you that are coming from the United States, from Spain and other parts of Europe, from France, Germany and other parts of Europe alike. We thank you so very much. Order your shirts and hats. Come and enjoy the lives and the times of Chief Dr. Sikurande Barrister.
And that will be it all the way. We say thank you very much. It's been a very
way.
amazing
Yeah,
one.
we go with
Continue to listen to that
Family
music, and we'll be back same time
our
next week
nation
on
at
Naija
all
Voices.
times.
Again, as usual, my name is Ola Yomi Koike. Good night.
To practice democracy in the way it should be done. Let's get together and do this in common for the benefit of our nation and the incoming generations. Let's think twice before we move. Let's think twice before we move. Ẹ má sọ pé mo dáràn ẹnu, tọ́kí mo sọ yìí mo dúró, olóòótọ́ ìmọ̀ ilé ní. Torí jọ ìjọ kan ọ̀hún ń bọ̀ o, àwùjọ pàdé rojọ́, bàbá gọ̀ọ̀dù adájọ́ o, ẹni bá ṣe àwọn náà. Ẹ ṣayére, 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 ẹni ayé bá kan, ẹ ṣayére, ṣayére.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.
Ẹni ayé bá kan, ẹ ṣayére, ṣayére, ẹ ṣayére, ẹ ṣayére.
Thanks for listening. 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 Thanks for listening.
You can get us on our WhatsApp number at 00447539661744.
Lucky photo, wọn èèbọkùnrin lò, àwọn bros ni wọn kì í. kó wọn níbù kó tẹ́ni kí lóṣù kú tẹ̀wọ́ yọyọ níbù náà máa bá pẹ̀lú ṣáwá bísà tí ó gbé ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ bísà tí ó gbé àkúràkúdà àkúràkúdà.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.
Orí ń bẹ lẹ́nu alájí àgbà. Olówó ọ̀tún wọn ò já alẹ́ ò gbádùn tóró fẹ́ paléyà. Ó ní kí gbogbo ara lè ké wọn kúrò láàdùn olówó fẹ́ sọdún. Ó jẹ́ ságbéjẹ́ mọ́wọ́ kò já alẹ́ ò gbádùn kò sọdún jẹ́jẹ́. Kò tẹ́ pàmọ́ṣẹ́ èkó yí ọdún ọ̀dọ̀ màlúù ni ó pa. Sẹ́ni tó ti ń pa gbogbo látòkun ọdún sẹ́yìn. Lówó tún sì tún bẹ́ lọ́wọ́ èsì ní kó wíná. Ó ní kí gbogbo aráyé ò pé wọ́n fàyè sílẹ̀ fóun máa dágbáyé. Àgbà tó lọ́mí nínú wa ilé olóògùn ọ̀la kì í dún rárá. Ẹni tó yóò ń pààyàn ẹni ebi ń pa òun hàn lórí asán bá ń sá. Òjò rọ̀rọ̀rọ̀ kò yí dá akéré fìdí kalẹ̀ òun fọ̀nà lásán bá ń sá. Ìkòkò àmùtó lómi nínú níbi tó fi dé kalẹ̀ sí wo sí ajere. Àṣẹ tó jọba dá lókun ọdún o, kájèrè wọnú odò. Ó wọnú ọ̀sà, ó wọnú òkun pọ̀. Kájèrè jáde sí ìta gbangba kò lè lómi nínú fẹ́rẹ́. Ṣẹ́wárẹ̀ nù òrókó ní òkòròkó. Inú ẹ̀yẹ
Online, on mobile, and soon on DAB. This is Star Radio UK, the leading Afro-Caribbean radio station in London.